We decided to illustrate here a paper tune for you guys just to see what happens sometimes when you have broadhead tuning problems. At this first shot, you can clearly see you got a tail right, meaning the fletches are tearing to the right of the field point. The second tear is a tail left, fletches tearing to the left of the field point. And then this third shot, that's the ideal, that's a perfect bullet hole. That means your arrow comes out directly straight out of the bow, and which will be optimum for broadhead tuning and arrow flight. Now we're going to have a look and see what influence that tuning will have on your broadhead flight and your arrow flight. So let's have a look and see what happens when the tuning's out. So what we did is we used a very specialized machine. It's called the Hooter shooter machine. That's a bow shooting machine. You put any compound bow into the machine. It's got a mechanical winch that you can pull the bow back exactly the same way every single time. It's got a grip that's got no human error to it. Then you've got this mechanical release that'll shoot the bow. And that's the only way that you can test a bow to see if you can shoot a large fixed blade broadhead with a field point in the same hole. Now, as you saw there, large fixed blade with a field point exactly the same hole. We actually cut the fletch off of the field point arrow. So it just shows you can shoot a big fixed blade broadhead with a field point, same spot, if your bow is tuned perfectly. What we did next is we deliberately moved the rest to one side. That made the arrow now come out with a tail left action. And now we'll see what the difference is between the field point and the broadhead. Now, as you saw there, that broadhead impacted 3 to 4 inches to the right of the field point. Doesn't look too bad, but imagine you have to shoot at a 6-inch kill zone and you pull your shot a little bit, let's say 2 or 3 inches, plus a 3 or 4 inch difference on your broadhead and field point. That makes a very big mistake and you can easily wound or miss an animal. Next thing we did is we moved the rest in the opposite direction again to have the arrow come out tail right out of the bow. So now let's see and have a look what happens with the broadhead and field point now. Yes. As you saw there, very, very crucial. That broadhead went 8 to 10 inches to the left of the field point, and that in a hunting situation is absolutely fatal. That's a whole kill zone miss or through the stomach into the big shoulder bones, and definitely wounded animal or complete miss. Now the same with tail high and tail low. If your arrow exits the bow in a tail low position, it'll make your broadhead shoot quite a bit higher, and then other way around, if your arrow exits the bow in a tail high position, it'll make your broadhead shoot quite a bit lower. Have a look at this next video as an example of what an arrow looks like when it came out tail low out of a bow and what the arrow flight looks like. On this specific shot, the problem could have been much bigger if this pig was any further than this. It's a very close shot, that's why the problem not too big, but anything further than that could have been much worse.